Germany. 3 matches in Group C. Earlier today, Tunisia beat Chile 36-30 to keep alive their hopes of a main round place. Later on, Denmark, the host, take on Saudi Arabia. But coming up right now, it's the silver medalist of 2 years ago, Norway, up against a disappointing Austria, it has to be said. My name's Paul Bray. Thanks for joining us today here at the arena. Norway have been on cruise control so far as the IHF flag makes its entrance, followed by the officials for today's match, while Austria really haven't quite got their game off to the mark they probably hoped. The Norwegians, who together with Denmark in this group are hot favourites. 4 groups of 6 at the World Championships. Germany hosts 2 groups, Denmark 2. Only the top 3 teams in each of the groups will go through. The 2 Danish groups will merge into one main round group. The 2 German groups will merge into another main round group. And at the end of the day, the top 2 teams in the main round in each group will go through to the semi-final. It's that simple. Bjarte Myrvold then ready to lead out his team. Norway, who lost their qualifying match 2 years ago for the World Championships, were given a wild-card entry and promptly made it all the way through to the final where they lost to France. Here they come then. They've started out here with comfortable wins, 34-24 against Tunisia, 40-21 against Saudi Arabia. No messing around on their part, been turning the bench nicely to do it. They actually had probably more trouble in the qualification for the World Championships, where they played Switzerland, beating them 32-26 at home, but then losing 30-33 away. But they won the qualifier 62-59 on aggregate over the 2 legs.
Welcome to the team of Austria!
So here come then the Austrians. Started out with an unconvincing 29-22 win that really masked a lot of attack problems, but also some defensive issues in the centre, not helped by the absence of one of their key players, Hermann. But they then suffered a 24-32 defeat to Chile, which leaves them with their backs to the wall as far as going through to the main round is concerned. And it could all come down to a small table between them, Chile and Tunisia. More of that later, though. Here today, if they could beat Norway, well, that would be a major surprise, especially with the troubles they're having. But if they did, then that would, of course, put a different complexion on it. I have to be honest and say, though, it is not expected. So time to introduce the teams. Norway lost the right back, Tunnison, just before the start of the championship. Sander Sagosen there, of course, their big star, but he was rested completely for their win against Saudi Arabia. At the right back position where Tunnison was injured, they called up Reinken as a replacement, but it was Röd, often used in a defensive role, who ran riot in the last match, scoring 9 and making a point to the coach that he can be used there at both ends. The big win against the African champions being that they were able to turn the bench and rest Sagosen and Johannesson in their last match and use O'Sullivan rather sparingly. 18-year-old debutant on the wing, Blons, came off the bench to score 6 on the left wing on his debut. What a start for him. Not bad for a Norwegian 2nd division. There he is, plays in the 2nd division in Norway, the 18-year-old left winger, and promptly scored 6. Surely he's marked his card with a few big clubs. One note, though, is that Peter Overbu, the line player, has picked up a fever. He's been replaced by Henrik Jakobsen, another line player who plays for Toulouse in France. Christian Berger, their coach there, who's done such an amazing job with the team.
Player number 53, Nicolas Bilic.
So Bilic, who could be key for Austria there. They just haven't looked convincing at this championship, even in their opening win against Saudi Arabia. Laboured performance. Playmaker Schmidt, though, picked up an injury against Chile. He's been replaced by the Graz left-back Dicker. But their problems aren't so much about individual players. They're very good individual players. It's more about the lack of cohesiveness and movement at the back in the attack. Only Kiel playmaker Bilic and Magdeburg right winger Weber really have stood out. Right back Bozovic had his moments, but had a real off game against Chile. And in goal, Thomas Bauer, he hasn't travelled with the team. His wife expecting maybe imminently. He hopes to arrive later. So Cadet Schaffhausen pair, Marinovic and Filipovic, have taken over. There is the coach, Patrico Johannesson, in charge of the team, an Icelander, for the last time, because he'll be moving on next summer to coach Skjern here in Denmark. The referees from Slovenia, Bojan La and David Sok, an experienced pairing. This then a match that Norway is expected to win.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and go first for the national anthems.
To rise for the national anthem. For this match, we start with Norway.
In Norway first.
Over vannet ved de 1000 hjem. Elsker det å tenke over far og mor. Og den saga natt som
support for the Norwegian team scattered around this arena. And now the anthem of Austria. Cheer, and the teams will wheel around. Last encounter between these two teams goes back to the European Championships in 2008 when Norway won 39-28. Before that, they played each other home and away in the qualifiers for the World Championships in 2015. A draw and a win for Austria. This is how the group looks at the moment. Denmark at top, Norway right behind them, separated only by goal difference. Austria in third place, but hanging on precariously there, with Tunisia, Chile and Saudi Arabia below them. So the lineup for Norway, we know then of that change, with Peter Overbu being replaced. The usual starting lineup would be Sagerson, O'Sullivan and Tangen for the injured Tunnison, although Rød could have played a claim yesterday. Jondal and Bjørnsen on the wings, Murol on the line, while in goal, well, frankly, Berger there, their coach, has two outstanding goalkeepers. He may, of course, shuffle things. It's a match they expected to win, but he may not want to do that too early in the game. For Austria, Bilic, Zeiner and Buzovic should start at the back, with Santos and Weber on the wings, Herberger on the line and Filipovic in goal, with Max Hermann coming in defence. But the absence of his brother Alex Hermann is causing problems centrally in the defence, where Herberger has covered, but he and Hermann haven't really played together in that role. Patrico Johannesson then, the Icelandic coach, taking his team to their last championship before he moves off to coach the Danish side, Skjern. They will be disappointed with how things have run so far. They too, of course, have had one change, with Dominic Schmidt being replaced by Daniel Dicker at the back, picking up an injury. Øyvind Tanger then for Norway. 3 goals so far. 25-year-old who plays here in Denmark for Skjern, while Bilic, he's been the motor for the Austrian team, but he can't do it all on his own. 12 goals and 9 assists so far in the competition. Right, hang on to your hats, we're just about ready. So Norway in the all-blue strip with red shoulders throw off this Group C preliminary round match at the 2019 Men's Handball World Championships in Herning, Denmark. Playing from left to right against Austria today in the all-white strip. The customary shaking of hands and exchange of balls so that everyone can get a bit of resin on that is done. And here we go. Norway 2 wins so far and looking quite comfortable, just behind host Denmark, or co-hosts I should say, Denmark in the table, while Austria in third place, but precariously so, with a win against Saudi Arabia and a defeat to Chile. If they could get a shock win here today, who knows? It's going to be a penalty though to get things underway here, courtesy of Sagosen. Puts that one away comfortably. Sagosen, the big star who plays in Paris for PSG. So Bilic, as expected, in the left-back position. Zaina in the centre. Bozovic at right back. He's got a huge shot, but they don't have a lot of movement. That's been their problem so far in the attack. It's a little bit static, the play. You put the block on and the big back player comes in to shoot, but they've got to really try and get a little bit more enterprise at the back and want it, because in the end Chile really looked like they wanted to win 2 days ago. Austria were just going through the steps by looks of it. Passive play has been called against the Austrians. 6 passes to get a shot away. They've probably had 2 or 3 already. Wagner has started on the line ahead of Herberger. Weber and Santos on the wings. Shot straight into the middle, but a shove as he went to shoot by O'Sullivan. Gives away the penalties. There's the little push. Well, if anything, Tangen was involved in that too. Weber steps up to take it. He's scored 2 from 3 in the competition so far. Make that 3. Comfortably beats Bergerud, who started today in goal for Norway. That close. 1-1. So the last Austrian win against Norway goes back to June 2014, when they beat them in that World Championship qualifier for the 2015 Championships. 28-26. They've drawn the away match in Norway, the Austrians. Since then, though, Norway have shot up the charts, while Austria, I'm afraid, have stagnated. And that man's had a lot to say about it as well. Sander Sagosen, who has just gone past the 350 goal mark for Norway in just 84 matches. Well, this is his 84th. So back on comes Wagner, not being used in defence at the moment. Herman is doing that work for him. Wagner, who unusually, that'll be a free throw, who unusually got himself a yellow card in the last match when he leant back in his chair to relax and accidentally dropped his elbow onto the team timeout button. He's probably not too conveniently situated right behind the bench. Probably got a yellow card for that. Bozovic, there's the big shot we talked about. 33-year-old who plays for Emstetten in the German second division. They are not hanging around. Well, Sagosen isn't. Goal number 3. All 3 of Norway's goals coming from him. He's had a few days off since he wasn't used in their last win against Saudi Arabia. Really wasn't needed as they turned the bench. He didn't play. Johannesson didn't play. And O'Sullivan only played the first half. It's welcome news for Johansson and O'Sullivan, who both arrived here on the back of injuries. In fact, O'Sullivan had a knee injury that wasn't expected to be recovered for the World Championships. He's down there now in the middle of the defence, the strapping on his left knee, working alongside Murol. Oh, got his hand on it, Bergerud, but still too much power, Bozovic. Quick throw off is taken. Comes up, the keeper goes in, and that's Magnus Jondal. He's got a rather enviable record here with 13 goals from 14 shots in the competition. We've been playing 5 minutes. We've already had 7 goals. Well, defeat here will leave the Austrians needing a very big win over Tunisia. Runs low and goes around the outside. Of course, if the Austrians don't beat Denmark in their next match tomorrow, rather daunting prospect. In third place with a win and a defeat, having not yet played the strongest teams in the group. That's a throw-in. So Sullivan in the middle, Tangen starting at right back, who plays for GER and the Danish champions. It's lost by Sagosen. Down come Austria. Bit of pace here, Billig. Zainer eases things up, plays for Alplahard, who's second in the Austrian league as the attack-defense substitution is made, and Wagner ambles on. 23-year-old, he plays for Fivers. And spent a while in Germany playing for Ballingen. Hands off, Billig. Closing angle all the time, but he got a push on the way through, and that's going to be a 2-minute suspension. Foul on Zainer. Berger can't quite believe it, and off comes Tangen. Number 25. Let's have a look here and see. He goes around the outside. Well, a push on him as he's starting to get airborne. Made sure the angle was pretty awful for the shot. Bergerud once more faces Weber from 7 meters. Who scores? Second penalty scored. It's all square. 4 goals apiece. Down next to the standing leg. The goalkeeper picks up one leg and shoot down next to the other foot. Best way to do it. Norway take out the goalkeeper while they're short-handed. So with Tangen off, it's Reinkin who comes in. Bergerud is back on the bench. Pulls things up in the attack, but it does mean they've got an empty goal down the other end. O'Sullivan, Reinkin. He wasn't picked because Berger felt his performance wasn't quite up to it at the moment. That's going to be a 2-minute suspension now for the defence specialist for Austria, Hermann. Carried on hanging on from behind around the neck, and that's automatic. So Norway send on Magnus Gullerud to play on the line. They often do this when they've got the extra player, which they still have now, even though they too have a suspension because they've taken out their goalkeeper. They like to play 4-2 against short-handed defences. Wing, there he is. Jondal, and Filipovic obliges by lifting his leg. And the invitation is gratefully received by Jondal. Pops it underneath. So the Austrians too take out their goalkeeper while they are short-handed. So they have a power play now. Billig. Bozovic. Unlucky for Bergerud, that took a deflection. Thought he had it covered. Instead it goes in. It's Bozovic's third goal. He can't have an own goal in the handball. It might have been off O'Sullivan. So 5-5. Nip and tuck. Goalkeeper is out again for Norway. And 2 line players are on. Myrhol. Gullerud. Gullerud, good save, Filipovic. 24-year-old keeper. It's for Cadet and Schaffhausen. Both sides. He's a happy man, just moved from Croatia where he played for Nexa. to Switzerland, where he now is at Kadetten Schaffhausen. Norway are back to full strength. Austria not quite yet, so they've taken out the keeper once more. Wagner out, and we'll drop back in. Try and flatten the defence there, find a bit of space. Bilic, who's not quite found his range here. Bozovic, that's an attacking foul anyway. Bundling into Sagosen. Reinken has got a point to make, number 27 for Norway. After initially being left out, he was only brought back in when Tønnesen picked up an injury. Murol goes back in on the line, and with Austria at full strength, they revert to a 5-1 attack. Just one line player. Christian O'Sullivan in the centre. Normal service there for Murol. The captain of the Norwegian team gets his first. Oh, did well. Wagner under a lot of pressure. 10 minutes played, it is 6-all. That's an attacking foul. Well, Austria have come out like a team that knows that its days could be numbered unless they can find some big results. There was the attacking foul. Well, he may have got a bit of help from Bozovic. Zainer, Bilic. Interestingly, they're playing with two on the line at the moment. The winger, he's gone off as that extra line player. Stimmel, he runs back in now. Bilic, who plays for Kiel in the German Bundesliga, second in the league there. He scored 56 goals for them, third top scorer in the club. Break is on. Oh, brilliant handoff, Murol. Jondal scored, but Murol, it was a bit like a lightning rod. The ball came in, he just deflected it quickly into the path of the winger. That was class. Into the line, good save, Bergerud. Wagner gets nothing for that. There it is again. Did well to get control of the ball, but Bergerud saves. Into the wing. Now there's a big angle. Near post. Quick throw off taken as Weber scores. Weber. Ball is stolen, and Austria now on the break. They're having a very good spell here. Completely out of character with the way they've played so far in the competition. To say, with some relief, especially for that man there, Johannesson. The turnover by O'Sullivan, who is dropped it in to Weber, who remonstrates. And while they're doing that, Murol's just got on with business down the other end and scores his second. Quick throw out, and O'Sullivan sees the opportunity. Zainer just dropped his head. Well, he's still unhappy. Robert Weber plays for Magdeburg in the German Bundesliga, where they're fourth at the moment, and where his club teammates, there's the shot, with Norway's O'Sullivan. So for today, at least, they have to put their friendship aside for just 60 minutes. Just get on with business. Into the line, brilliant play! Overbounced it. Couple of chances go begging for Wagner as back come Norway. They'll punish those. Sagosen. Reinken just went in a little too early and left Sagosen almost stranded there. So Norway with a narrow 8-7 lead, 13.5 minutes played in the first half. Tighter than we probably expected. Bozovic is moving up a little bit further than you might expect on this 6-0 defence. Into the wing, big angle. Bjornsson. First goal of the game for him. Oh, tries to surprise him, Zainer, and Bergerud makes his second save. The goalkeepers really managed to get into their rhythm here. O'Sullivan, it's saved, the break is on. Both wingers have gone, but they're covered. And Bjondal slows down Zainer so his teammates can get back in defence. So that was a good save by Pilipovic. Both the Austrian keepers play for the same club, Kadetten Schaffhausen in Switzerland. Kirvelavicius has now come on. 30-year-old who plays for Ballingen in the German second division. 52 goals in this season, but he's not had a great championship so far. 37 minutes on court, 0 goals from 1 shot. Big player though, the number 95, 2 meters tall. No space there for Weber. Kirvelavicius looks for the line. That was a poor pass. Very lucky for him, the Norwegians couldn't hang on to it. And almost exactly midway through the first half, it's a team timeout for Austria, with Norway leading 9-7.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our mascots.
Johansson to think about.
Okay. Aber Nico, wir sollen trotzdem von dir und Tobi diese Freiwurf-Variante, 2-2-Situation. Janko, du bist ganz breit, diese Freiwurf-Variante. Aber dann machst du einfach 2-2 mit Tobi und wir gehen dann bereit mit Janko oder diese Kreuz. Wichtig, Jungs. Kiwi, bei halb-halb, dann keine...
Kom nu, det skal vi ha. Armar opp. Kom igjen nå. 1, 2, 3. Det her skal vi ha.
Sörne, gehst du richtig drauf auf ihn und machst was für Janko. Okay, Jungs. Hey, eine Sache. Was macht Norwegen? Wir machen schnelle Mitte und dann muss sie wieder in Abwehr stehen.
Well, it's a tough old life on the line. Someone's got to do it. Under close scrutiny all the time. Some very nice goals at both ends. Two great exponents. So play resumes. Halfway through the first half, Norway have just managed to edge ahead, but Austria have been level pegging them. Kozovic there with 3 goals so far. He's had a good season. He plays for Emsdetten in the German second division, where he scored 111 goals for them, the number 7. That's saved by Bergerud. The ball is out quickly. O'Sullivan again. Reinkin couldn't quite release it. Good solid defending. Frimmel, who blocked him. Still though, the ball with Norway. Sullivan, Sagosen, caught high, and that's going to be another 2-minute suspension. Is it Hermann who's already got 1? Yes, and the defence specialist for Austria is on thin ice. 1 more suspension, and it'll be a red card for him. He did catch him high, can't have too much complaint about that. Berger immediately claims the 2 minutes, which were promptly delivered by the Slovenians. You can have no complaint about that, Hermann. So the Austrian captain in trouble. Conundrum for Johannesson. Do you carry on using him in defence? They've stolen the ball now. The break is on. Weber, Frimmel. He can cut back for a better angle. And they pulled 1 back, courtesy of the 23-year-old, who also plays in Switzerland for Kadetten Schaffhausen. There was the steal. Weber, ironically, off his club teammate O'Sullivan. And Frimmel finishes it. Another steal. Billig this time, and they are level, and Austria are giving the Norwegians a bit of a headache here. First goal of the game for Nicola Billig, the Kiel back player. Weber again very quick to spot the opportunity, looking down the court. Got to do it all over again. Well, when you need someone to step up, you always just give it to Sagosen. 4th goal for the 23-year-old. 95 kilometers an hour, that shot. Sagosen, who moved from Denmark, who played here for Aalborg, to Paris Saint-Germain. He's getting a little bit more court time than he may have anticipated early on in the season, with France's emblematic Nicolas Karabatic being injured. He does appear to be back. He's arrived to play for the French team over in Gruppe in Berlin. First outing since he had his foot operation, Karabatic. Sagosen may get a little more rest time. Oh, that's beautifully played! Not only did Sagosen make the quick pass to the wing, but he did a dummy run to make it look like they were going to do a Kempe. There it is, he comes running in, passes the ball to the wing, follows up, and the goalkeeper hesitated. He came a little bit off the line. And back in front they go. Second goal for Bjornsson. Shot efficiency, 79% for Norway, 59% for the Austrians. Oh, that came off a defender, took the sting out of it. Away come Norway again. Heinkin, O'Sullivan. Heinkin, we've got a player down. Need to do a little bit of mopping up. As Gullerud on the line. Picks himself up, and Kirvillavicius does his best to look totally innocent with the back. So Austria back to full strength again. Max Hermann's gone back in defence, and it is a gamble because the Austrians will work on him. Murol will know he's just got to stand next to him and give him a bit of grief. And that could be the end of the defence specialist's game. And not only that, but of course his brother, he would normally defend alongside him. And there he goes. That was Max Hermann again. He would normally be defending in the centre with his brother Alex. He picked up a foot injury last week and didn't make the trip. He's out for the championship. And it has given them a bit of a headache in the middle, because the Hermanns have worked together so often that that central role not normally held by Kirvillavicius or indeed by the line player Herberger when he's been there. And a team timeout called by Berger. There's not as much flow on the Norwegian play today, and all credit to the Austrians for that.
Så spiller vi mann og ishockeyspill hele tiden nå. Vi tør å la ballen gå litt. Spiller vi Versprem dobbeltpass. Harald legger presset. Vi med? Kom, press, eller sperrer ut og kom bak. Få ut treer. Alright, så slipper vi ballen mer nå. Okay, kom igjen.
Ja, komm her, die Stuhl öffnet. Aber Rücklaufen ist entscheidend. Da war ich nicht zufrieden. Leute, setzt schnell zurück. Jungs, Max in Abwehr, ich sag das, bietet eine Richtung an. Nicht direkt auf Sagosen. Du hast jetzt zweimal zwei, fertig, kommt jetzt beweglich. Und dann ist es schon durch die rote Karte kriegst. Du kommst für Max in Abwehr. Weiter so.
So Norway find a little bit of that cohesive attack that is their trademark. It's not quite been there, and in defence they've taken out Hermann. He is living on the edge, it has to be said. And into the centre has gone Frederick Wurstner, 1m91 left back, who plays for Saint-Omer, Saint-Gallen, Switzerland. Heinkin attacking foul, they close the gap. Is it? No, penalty. Well, Patrick Johannesson, the Austrian coach, has got himself a yellow card. Well, Kirvillavicius may well have been still in motion. On another day, that would have been an attacking foul. Up steps Sagosen, scored one already. Filipovic obliges by going down maybe a little too early. Dummies the shot. Immediately puts it over the top. 2-goal lead. So 3 penalties he scored now at these World Championships. 2 of them here today. Kirvelavicius hasn't quite managed to get himself into a good shooting position. Now he could, yes! First goal of the championship, as Johannesson still goes on about the pushing. He's already had a word with the table, gesturing that he thinks the Norwegians are getting away too much with pushing, but that was nice play. 106 kilometers an hour, it's a bullet. Beautiful. Lofted over the keeper by Jondal. Quick throw off is taken though by Austria. Kirvelavicius. He was spared the opening game, played only very briefly, number 95. So we see that effort there. Look at the arm, he rocks it over the top. Little broken wrist at the end. Flights it over the keeper. So 95 who was really brought on in the second game to add a bit of firepower and promptly failed to deliver, I'm afraid, Kirvelavicius. Here he comes. So he's got a point to make today. Buzovic, well blocked that time. Sagerson getting in the way. Goran Johannesson now being pressed into the attack for Norway. Cuts back, Kirvelavicius, and Bergerud saves. Fifth save for the Norwegian keeper. Cut back beautifully, did everything right. Windmill feint back over Murol, goes into the space, but he can't get past Bergerud. Second line player, Frimmel's gone in on the far side. And Buzovic used the space. No, he can't, because immediately Johannesson is out to latch onto him. Frimmel goes back, give up on that one. Johannesson, who's now in the central role, but O'Sullivan would take otherwise, giving away the free throw. Here's the pass. Little hand, I think Murol got a hand on it. Taken unfairly, say the referees, who was being held. Buzovic, Kirvelavicius. Bergerud saved, it's gone into Murol. Long pass down, just too much for Jondal. Throw in now for Austria, who stream back again, end-to-end stuff in Herning. Kirvelavicius, oh, off the boot, and then the post, and it stays out. And still no luck for Kirvelavicius. And Bergerud is riding his luck. Free throw. It is again, well, hammered it through, clicked the heel and came off the post. So in the attack now, Goran Johannesson, one of 4 players in the Norwegian team who play in Germany for Flensburg, the runaway leaders of the Bundesliga this year, won all their matches. Oh, my lord! That was just a blur to Filipovic in goal. Goran Johannesson just tells us all, I've arrived. 103 kilometers an hour. So a little bit of a change. Zainer goes off. Bilic comes back into the attack. Bilic moves Kirvelavicius into the centre. Bilic is the one really who's more versatile, will play left-back centre, so he'll switch back. Kirvelavicius, more of your standard left-back, big shooter. Murol latches onto him as he comes past. Play on, says the referee, but eventually it is a free throw, and Murol retrospectively gets the yellow card. Occupational hazard, really, for the Norwegian captain. He's one of the toughest defenders in the business. Faced to Skjern here in Denmark. 36 goals for them this season, the Danish champions, but languishing in 7th this season. Buzovic! Oh, the power on his shot. 4 goals for him. Quick throw-off taken by Norway. Into the wing, Jondal! And he beats Marinovic, who's only just arrived in goal. Gets the same treatment from the Norwegian winger. Buzovic.
Once again, let's hear it from Austria.
So there is Marinovic, who's 42 years of age, the Austrian keeper, 165 international matches played. Same club as Filipovic, the other keeper. But one of them is likely to have to give way to Thomas Bauer, who would be the first choice. His wife is expecting a baby any moment. He plays for Porto. And he is expected to come out once the happy event has taken place. That's a throw-in. The ball stays with Austria for now. 4 minutes of the first half remaining, and Norway with a slender 3-goal lead. Bilic. Bozovic, not enough space there, but Kirvelavicius needed maybe to come round a bit more central. Free throw. Bozovic held up by Johannesson. Wagner in on the line. He's a good, tough line player, and he's been favoured over Herberger, a bit lighter. Bergerud saves. Jonsson picks it up, and back come Norway. Sagosen. Johannesson. Bergeruds. Oh, Christensen rather. 5th save. 83% save rate. Getting ahead of myself there. Christensen, who took a ball in the face in the last match. Oh, big gap, good save! That is the first save of the game for Marinovic. Oh, deflection. That was lucky for Johannesson. It's a 4-goal lead. Good save by Christensen. It won't count though, it's a free throw. The foul on Kirvelavicius, the 30-year-old Ballingen back player. Bozovic on the ball now. Bit of a journeyman he is, plays in Germany, but he's played in Portugal, Qatar, Macedonia, Belarus. Ironically, back at Emsdetten now in Germany, where he started that whole journey. After his Bozovic again, but it's another free throw, and we're well into the last 2 minutes now. Norway leading by 2. Stop play for a second. He's got a bit of a cut on his elbow. It's a blood injury. He needs to get that cleaned up and covered. So he'll come off, and Boris Zivkovic will come on quickly for him. Very small cut, in fairness. Nothing serious at all, but you do have to get it covered. 1.5 minutes. See how quick the doctor is. It's only a plaster. Kirvelavicius. Weber comes around from the wing, dummies to the line. Zivkovic now into the other wing. Oh, good save, Christensen. Ball comes out quick, 6th save for him. He's only been beaten once since coming on. Another fine save, came out quick, saw the lob coming. The broken wrist shot. Into the last minute before the half-time break. Sagosen, Mural, oh, too high for him. Break is on, Weber's free. Ah, poor pass. Had to break his run to do it, but picks himself up quickly to beat Christensen. 30 seconds for the last attack, no rush now. That was the first open play goal for Weber after scoring 2 penalties in this half. 15 seconds to go. Taking their time here, playing it cool. Johannesson comes around. Reinkin, Johannesson. He's going to have to go alone, looking for the line. It's going to be a free throw, but they've only got a handful of seconds to go. Sagosen, oh, trips the top of the post, Sagosen. And that is the end of the half. So high as the bounce gone, it's cleared the net and gone into the crowd. Well, Christensen, 6 saves from 8 shots. Berger must be chuffed with that. But they've been given a rough old time in the first half, Norway, but still lead. It's 16-13. So Buzovic, who's managed 4 goals for Austria, who are hanging on to the World Championship silver medalists of 2017. Christensen's done his bit after Bergerud got replaced with 4 saves from 15, but Patrick Johansen got himself a little worked up at times, it has to be said, in the first half. So the Austrians, 52% of their attacks succeeding only, 44% of their shots. The Norwegians scoring off 74%. They've had 6 less shots, but still outscoring them. 2 penalties apiece, and then 6 turnovers Norway have suffered to Austria's 1. Fast breaks roughly equal, Austria 3, Norway 2, and then 2 suspensions to Austria, 1 to Norway, but rather tellingly, both the suspensions are for the defence specialist Hermann. Top scorers in the game so far, then Buzovic and Weber with 4 goals apiece, in fact, and Sagosen and Jondal for Norway, they have 5 apiece. So this is where they've come for Norway, and a nice spread and a very good success rate on their shooting. 2 fast breaks and 2 penalties. Only the right back position hasn't really got in on the act, but that's because a lot of those shots come from the middle. While for Austria, 3 fast breaks and 2 penalties, impeccably taken. The wingers not so much action, most of their goals going in from the central position. Well, Norway at the top there opened the scoring, but then after that Austria had a good run and Norway had to play catch up, and then they got themselves just in front, but now the Austrians are hanging on and it's getting nip and tuck again. So half-time then, the scoreline 16-13. We're going to take a break as well, but join us again in just a few moments for the second half. We'll see you then.
So please stand up and do the wave for goal 6 and 13.
Mine damer og herrer, så viser tårnbordet 7 minutter tilbage af halvlejspausen. Ladies and gentlemen, 7 minutes remaining of the halftime break. It's now time to find your seats again. Here in Mr. Bankboksen, here in Canning. Som I allerede har set, så har vores maskot stadig masser af fine moves i benene og i armene og det hele. Og hvis I kigger op på klubben lige nu, så kan I se meget mere af det. Der er nemlig lavet nogle rigtig fine videoer med det. Mine damer og herrer, sådan her kan Stan altså udføre en verdens ting og sager. Og der er sikkert rigtig mange unge mennesker, der har set det før. Hvis de har spillet Fortnite-spil, så er der nok rigtig mange, der så helt lækker indkendte. Og Stan. Mine damer og herrer, sådan gør han, når han rigtig lige hygger sig lidt. Vores kære maskot, Stan. Der er 3 minutter skal i gang med den anden halvleg. 3 minutes remaining of the halftime break. Ladies and gentlemen, please find your seats.
Welcome back to the Jyske Bank Boxen in Herning in Denmark, and half-time in this Group C preliminary round men's handball world championship match. And at the break, Norway are leading Austria 16-13. Patrick Johannesson there on the right of the picture must be delighted. They are very much within reach of the silver medalists from 2 years ago, Norway, who have struggled despite Sagoson's 5 goals in the first half. 5 more from Jondal, the 17 there. Can Austria maintain the momentum? It's by far their best performance so far. And also Norway just not quite having that spark today and that pace in the attack. Win here today for Austria would be a major surprise, I have to be honest and say, and could put their World Championship campaign back on track again. For Norway, it is not what they want, because the top 3 teams from each group go through to the main round, but the thing is, you take the results of the teams that qualify with you into that round, so they really ideally want to get a good win in all their matches, just to be on the safe side. Wagner, I wonder if they've left him on court playing the whole time just to make sure he doesn't lean back on the team timeout buzzer again. Murol is a counterpart on the line. We are all set and ready to go. Marinovic will resume in goal for Filipovic, who started, despite only 1 save from 3 shots so far. Early days. So Austria throw off the second half of this Group C preliminary round match in the Men's Handball World Championships, trailing 13-16 to Norway. The Norwegians have made heavy weather of the game so far against an Austrian side who have been unimpressive in their opening 2 games. But here today, they've really managed to just drag down the Norwegians and take the pace out of their attack. Buzovic! No chance there for Christensen. Back within 2, and that's the 5th goal for the 33-year-old right back. Buzovic, who scored 339 goals for his country. Herman there, back in the defence, despite having 2 2-minute suspensions to his name already. 1 more and he will be red-carded. They would, of course, be allowed to replace him after 2 minutes. That would mean that the heart of their 6-0 defence, he and his brother, who's already off injured before the championship started, would have been ripped out. Free throw. Harald Reinkind, who plays for Kiel, ironically his club teammates there with Bilic, the Austrian. straight through and he puts it wide. He's taken a blow in the process. Play on. Zeiner is down, but Norway are pressing forwards. Sagosen scores. That's his 6th goal of the game. And Myrhol holding back 2 defenders. One of them should have pressed up. Zeiner, meanwhile, has only just got up at the other end. This is what happened to him. Went all the way through, found the gap, takes the shot, and banged his head as he landed. Lucky the floor is padded. Patrick Johansson's probably claiming that you should have stopped play straight away, but he's fine. The referees did look as they went past and decided they would let play continue. 1 goal apiece then in the second half. Coming up to 2 minutes played. Zeiner back in the frame now, attacking in the centre. Weber comes out and will drop back in. Too many steps in the end. Ran out of places to go. Marinovic touches it. But gets nothing for that one as Johannesson gets his 3rd goal, and his namesake, Patrick Johannesson, looks on rather impassively. As a result at the other end, just lost possession there. Johannesson who punished the mistake. So 4-goal lead after Austria had started briskly in the second half. Billig. Ball's loose again. Billig. Dummies and goes back the other way. Zeiner! Free throw. Jondal hoping that might be an attacking foul, but he was still in movement at the point of impact. Bozovic goes into the wing. Got a hand on it, Jondal. And so look again, did very well Jondal, he read that perfectly. And then dived onto the ball first, say the referees, and he gets possession. So good steal from the winger, takes some of the pressure off. Jondal is having a terrific championship. One of the 4 Flensburg players in the Norway team are having an incredible season in the German Bundesliga. Oh, Johannesson briefly had the gap. He knew it. He should have cut in earlier. Instead, he followed, and Hermann covered him. He just couldn't bring himself back around to the left of Hermann. It's a huge gap. Good for Hermann. Sagosen into the wing. Jondal. He was never going to miss that. Huge angle. And Berger. Big cheer from him. Norwegian coach, who was a great player in his day, scored over 250 goals for Norway in just 63 matches. The follow-up, all the way through. Bozovic through the legs. 6 goals for him. Telegraph. Penalty. I think Zeiner may have been inside the area as he fouled. Well, let's see. Well, it wasn't Zeiner, it was Fimmel who was inside the area when he interfered. Sagosen. Oh! Neither one thing nor the other. Couldn't quite make his mind up if he was going to break wrist or go for the lob. In the end, straight into the hands of Marinovic, his 2nd penalty save of the competition. It means that Norway still only have just that slender 4-goal lead. We've gone past the 5-minute mark. Team timeout for Austria. Hermann looked on rather anxiously, thought he'd press the button when he leant back.
Jungs. Ja, aber klar. Du hast nicht
close to shooting, boss, he says.
Egal. Hey, Jungs. Nur eine Sache. Wir dürfen nicht auf Flanke und dann diese Risikopässe machen. Jetzt, Robert. Wir machen 5 plus Schweden. Nico, du gehst einfach dann direkt drauf auf Robert. Du kommst hier, Robert. Und Arm kommt gleich bald. Oder wichtig 5 plus Schweden, aber du gehst und willst aufs Tor. 5 plus Schweden. Warte. Ja, wir spielen das. 5 plus Schweden. Und, Jungs, wichtig ist einfach, und das wissen wir, erste Halbzeit, ihr müsst in den Abwehr kommen. Das ist
Still believes. Designer there, he was just in the act of... see this again. Hey, there you go. I'm through, and the buzzer goes. What was he thinking? He pressed twice just to make sure. Right. What do we do, boss? Well, do what you just did, actually, but I'll let you score this time. Zainer then. Weber's come around. He'll go in on the line. Passive play's now being called against the Austrian Bozovic. Zainer. Oh, little Kempe! Saved by Christensen. His 8th save of the game. Nicely worked move, but I'm afraid once again, Norwegian goalkeeper in the way. There's the little ball up in the air, one-handed. Christensen, great performance. Plays for Minden in Germany. 11 of the Norwegian players play their club handball in the German Bundesliga. Johannesson hammers that one away. Great shot. Wally growing once more. A low-scoring affair with a fair few mistakes on both sides. The Austrian coach Johannesson feeling he needs a big line player, and Wagner there, but it will drain him. Oh, good save again, Christensen, number 9, and the ball is out quick now. Norway is streaming forwards. Jondal's free on the other side. He just needed to go in straight away. Well, Christensen playing out of his socks since coming on just 7 minutes before the half-time break. He's strung together a whole series of quick saves. Won't count, whistle's already gone. A shimmy goes around. Off in the back by Bozovic. Been back in the last 10 years. A bit more than that, for that matter, that'll be a free throw. There have been 6 matches between these two countries, 4 Norwegian wins, 1 Austrian, back in 2014, and a draw the same year. Came off a defender. Fast break is on. Klimo cuts back in. Oh, clipped the post, but stayed in this time. Klimo races back, knowing how fast he'll take the throw off. That was his second goal. Johannesson. Sagosen. Oh, that's very high. 2 minutes suspension. He knows it. He just started going straight for the bench as he stood up, Klimo. 23-year-old who plays for Cadet and Schaffhausen. There he is, very high. Well, the only positive is he wasn't a hairman again. So, quick break. And the Norwegians will switch to a 4-2 attack as they do against a short-handed defence. Gurud joins Mural, flattens the defence, and Sagosen helps himself to his 7th goal. As soon as Gulliksen went in, you could see the hesitation by Wurstner.
Player number 5, Sagosen.
Goalkeepers come off for Austria while they're short-handed. And Santos comes into play for Austria. a bit of a lackluster competition so far. The 26-year-old winger who plays also in Germany for Leipzig. Well, he's just moved from Kiel. Would have been teammates with Billig last year. Not Reinkin, Norwegian right back when he joined them last summer from Rhein-Neckar-Löwen. So with the post helping a little, Norway are back in. Oh, they can just absolutely open a defence. Like they're peeling open a can when they're playing these attacks with two on the line. Sagerson goes in, pulls out Hermann and just feeds the ball into Gullerud. Ample space. So Gullerud's first goal. Again, the goalkeeper's out. Zivkovic replacing Bozovic now on the attack, number 30 in the middle. And 6-year-old who plays for Al-Blahad. Currently second in the Austrian league. Zainer cuts back in. Straight in, Zivkovic attacking foul. Sagerson, handful of seconds before they're back to full strength. Brilliant play. This 4-2 attack working superbly against a short-handed defence. Literally, they were just getting back to full strength, Austria, as he did that. So the little run in. Lovely supply by Reinkin. That man starts it all. Christensen at the moment on 9 saves for Norway. From 14 shots, a 64% save rate. Christensen and Bergerud came into this match with 46% save rates, actually the joint third best in the competition. Denmark's Landin is top with 51% at the moment. Dummies to the line, Zainer cuts in! Onto the keeper, that won't count as a save though, it's a free throw for Zainer. He is working so hard out there, Zainer. He's really decided, well, someone's got to step up, and the 30-year-old's doing that. Billig in the middle. A little bit of a quieter day today. Zivkovic goes wide, but pushed in the air by Sagerson. He gets a penalty. Just managed to a little bit of a space there, and there's the shove. He's also inside the area. Doesn't make his case any better. So Weber steps up again. Third penalty of the game. And scores again. 5 goals overall for the right winger. 23-17, but Norway have now opened up something of a gap. Starting to see some daylight here. So Topchik has come on now for Weber. Turnover. It doesn't always come off. Topchik, bottom right there, you can see. To replace Weber. It's his birthday today. Villavicius returns to the frame as well. Shuffled the back row a little. Billig and Zainer being given a bit of a break. Well, they need someone to really step up though and try and drive the attack, because he's been trying to do that. Straight down the middle, Murol! Bullet pass! Superb, and not only is it a goal for Murol, but it's going to be a 2-minute suspension as well. There was the save. Christensen was up. Straight out. And look at that for a pass. Johannesson. Threaded it straight through the defenders. And Zivkovic picks up a 2-minute suspension in the process as well. There goes to Murol, and the Austrians once more have to take out their goalkeeper to keep things level on the attack. Villavicius is now in the centre, with Billig being moved out to the left-hand side. They may well switch back again. A more natural pattern. Wagner does it, and here goes the switch. And Billig drives in. Obozovic, too late. Went to pass it straight away. Looks for the wing. There's no winger there because they put the goalkeeper back in again. Klopčić is off. 14 minutes played, and Norway is slowly getting a bit of a grip on this. Bilic manages to keep his feet off the ball, but his passive play call against the Austrians, who've had 3 passes already. 6 after that. 1 pass remaining, and that was it. Long ball down, Johannesson. All of a sudden they've lost their footing, and not too soon, I have to say. A team timeout for Austria. There was the break. Quick pass down the court there by Tangen.
Okay, ist egal. Aber okay, das kann sein Fehler, viele machen Fehler, aber wie wir laufen zurück? Peinlich. Was ist los? Rückwärts und das Spaziergang. Okay, Jungs, jetzt sind 15 Minuten. Wir haben so viele gute Sachen, aber in kurzem Moment, das schmeißt ihr alles weg. Jetzt 0, Fokus jetzt und okay, wir sind in Unterzahl.
Christensen has had an absolutely stunning game since coming on, and even the showboating cuts no ice with him. 10 saves, a 63% save rate so far in the game. Phenomenal. Picking them up from everywhere. So, all those great figures. Christensen has now put Norway in a good position. Play resumes, and after the team timeout, Berger can start to relax a little. The Austrians hung on well. Got themselves to 16-14 at the start of the second half, and I'm afraid since then have suffered a 9-3 reverse. Now it's service as normal for the Norwegians. Break was on, but not quite, I'm afraid. And that was lucky because we still have that empty goal with 10 seconds to go on the suspension for the Austrians. Geber-Levicius just hasn't quite been able to have an impact on this game. 2 goals from 7 shots for the tall left back. Passive play's been called against them once more. They are at least at full strength. Attacking foul. Tangen, quick look up. Johannesson looks for options. And that came off a defender, took the sting out of it. Oh, beautifully taken. Oh, and again, Christensen, save number 11. Fremo dummied the pass to the middle and continued point blank, but defeated once more by the Norwegian. Let's have a look and see. There was the save at one end by Marinovic with a bit of help from the deflection. Frimmel cuts in, dummies the pass, goes to drop it underneath the keeper, but he'd read that all the way. He's been given a free throw, though, for a foul a little earlier on the run-up. He's holding his leg. He's staying on, though. One back at least. Billy Hansen's now come in and immediately finds Murol on the line. Goal number 4, Austria trying to up the tempo. That went straight through all the players as they look for the line player. Lee Hansen fumbled the ball, drops it onto his own foot. Not the best start when you're coming on. Doesn't quite impress Berger. Bozovic said, let's calm things down again as he returns to the fray. Geber-Levicius goes off and on for his first action at the World Championships. Comes Daniel Dicker into the left-back position, the player who was called in today to replace the injured Dominik Schmidt. Plays for Redkov Graz, where he scored 80 goals for them in the Austrian league this year. going to need a huge game. So number 45 at the bottom. So Zaina has returned as well. Frankly, he is the only one who's giving any drive to the Austrian attack at the moment. Bozovic. Poor pass straight into the legs. Streaming forwards. Murol checks himself because he wasn't sure what was in front and thought it might crash into him and Zaina. Caught him. Let's see it again. Bozovic. Under a lot of pressure. Looks up to check the time. It'll tell him that they have 12 minutes remaining. They're 8 goals behind as Johannesson comes around. Tangen on the far side. Interestingly. Oh, yes! And Filipovic, who's just returned in goal for Marinovic, can do nothing more than deflect that shot by Sagosen into his own goal. The ball is loose again. Norway break forwards. The wingers are streaming up. Well covered, not so much on the right, and given away by Jesper Lie Hansen. He's had a poor start since coming on. 2 turnovers in just 4.5 minutes, and they pay the price. And that's the first goal of the championship for Daniel Dicker, the player called into the team today for the injured Schmidt. Underneath Christensen. So on the line now is Gullerud, who's placed Murol. Captain's done his bit, he's moved down the bench a bit. Start to turn the bench. Sagosen. Into the wing, Jondal. Too much this time. Bounces off the top of the bar. The first miss by Jondal. 7 shots. Oh, off the post, still with them though. Klopčić did well. Picked up that shot because that was going some as well. You see with the strength of the shot, he's 1.98 m. He's got a good long arm as well with a good catapult of a shot. Hasn't played for Austria at all before, so what a start for Dicker. Your first international for them. Major competition here at the World Championships. So we come up to the 10-minute remaining mark. Norway 8 goals in front. Austria managed to stem the tide, but half the corner post and stays out. Oh! And the follow-up puts it wide. Herberger, who's just come on into the wing. Pass is too high, there's not much he can do. And Jesper Lie Hansen is off again, I'm afraid, after struggling a little bit. But for Christensen, service is normal. 11 saves so far, 58% save rate. Has been well and truly turned as on comes Magnus Rød. Gets a huge cheer. There's Lie Hansen, the poor chap. It's not been given long, but Rød, he scored 9 goals in their last game against Saudi Arabia when he came on. Oh, and that's very high, and that could well be a 2-minute suspension. Not ill-intentioned, clumsy more than anything else. And Herberger, a little bit like Jesper Lie Hansen, hasn't got into his game at all since being thrown in late on here. 4.5 minutes on court, 1 turnover and a 2-minute suspension. One of those things for the line player for Kadetten Schaffhausen in Switzerland. 4 of the Austrian team come from that Swiss club, and Johannesson is off too. He's done his bit, he can have a rest. Murol can't, he's back on again because while they're short-handed, they want to go back to this 4-2 attack. One line player to another, and on this occasion Gullerud will get the assist while Murol gets the goal. His 5th of the game. Into the line, pulls in the 2 defenders, and Zaina got himself the wrong side, went straight past, but it was too late. Empty goal for Austria once more. Zivkovic into the attack. Zivkovic for now being given a bit of a break. That's nicely done. Wagner's had to come back on again after Herberger picked up that suspension. Nice little supplying to him by Dicker. He's having a good game coming on, the left back. 3 years of age, into the line. And he's just hammering them away there, Murol, that's number 6. 6 from 6, it should be said for the captain. Sagosen, the supplier. Shot efficiency, 74% for Norway. I'm afraid that neither goalkeeper has shone for Austria. 2 saves apiece. 10 and 15% their save rates. Way below par. Christensen at the other end is on 55%. Into the line, but cut out beautifully for Wagner, and there's an empty goal. Decided to run it all the way up there just to be absolutely certain. Goal number 7 for him, and it's a 10-goal lead for Norway. Jondal 6, supplied there by Tangen. With some relief for Patrick Johannesson, the suspension's over and they're back to full strength with 7 minutes to go. The promising start is a distant memory now for Austria, as Norway have run away with this in the second half, outscoring Austria 14-7 in this half. That's more like it. Zivkovic, absolute bullet that clips the bar and just stays in. Some welly on that as well, I can tell you. Team timeout has been called by Norway.
Med kant, vi med? Du tar 1 I forsvar, du står 2 I forsvar. Jugge med kant, og så om dere vil vende den eller ikke, det gjør dere som dere vil om. Over her, ja, prøver vi på den. Ok? Fett, kom. Kom nå! Nei, hold den ut nå, 1, 2, 3!
Hold ut, ja. Ab auf die Mitte, wenn er kaputt ist. Der Pause brauchst. Aber wichtig ist, dass wir schmeißen die Bälle bis Ende von diesem Spiel etwas holen. Das ist ganz wichtig für uns, dass wir weiter und ihr seht das nicht neu ist bei Norwegen. Bestrafend, erste, zweite Welle. Ihr müsst ihn abbekommen, eure Positionen und stoppen.
Well, it's watching get out of the game now in terms of practice and showing that at least you can play better than you did in the last 2 games for Austria. Meanwhile, Borgelund there, the assistant coach at the back, another great player in his day for Norway. In discussion with Bergelund, with himself, not really, with Christian Berger. So play resumes, and Blons has come on now on the left wing for Norway, the 18-year-old. Made his debut at the Major Championship here. Just a week ago, didn't know he was coming to the World Championships. 6 goals already in the World Championships in the last game. O'Sullivan is on again. 15 minutes in the first half. Oh, that would have been something to latch on to the end of it, Gullerud, and back they come again, Zaina. Ball is stolen, and stolen back again by Zaina. As Alexander Blons tried to break. Look at that. Straight onto the ball. Superb take by Zaina. Blons, welcome to the World Championships. 2nd division player in Norway for Viking. Penalty. Well, I have to say, Boris Zivkovic, slow start in the competition, but he's starting to show some nice flashes of brilliance in this game. The 26-year-old. Up steps Weber. 4th penalty against Bergerud, and no mistake. 5 minutes to go. Sullivan, Rød. Poor pass as he switched back there by Sagosen. Well, he wasn't back in position yet, Magnus Rød. And Herberg got to full advantage of the space at the back. He's trying to stay in front and poach the ball. Sagosen brought down by Zivkovic. No harm done. Zivkovic, a quick apology on the way past. So for Patrick Johannesson, they started well enough, but in the end, I'm afraid, as expected. Well, in fact, he never quite got control of the ball, Sagosen, as he came under early pressure. Johannesson then another difficult encounter coming up tomorrow with Denmark, and then what is very likely to be a crucial match against Tunisia to decide who will join the Scandinavians in the next round. Will it be Austria or Tunisia or Chile? 4 minutes to go. And, that by Rød goes way over the top. Rød is very much more used as a defender, but when he joined Flensburg last summer from Bakkaleget, say really I do want to transition now into more of an attacking player. That goes wide as well by Dicker. And Rød certainly put in a claim for an attacking role after yesterday's performance, or the last match performance with 9 goals, as Filipovic makes his 3rd save of the game. Tangen. 3 minutes to go, and it's job done for Norway, although not without a little pain on the way, as Jesper Lie Hansen comes back on again and puts it wide. Well, it is hard when you get brought in late in a game. You sat on the bench and well, I probably won't come on now because we're controlling it. That's off the post. Break is on, straight down court. Tangen's away, and Filipovic can do absolutely nothing about that. Tangen's first goal of the game, 4th in the competition. There was the post. Bergerud. Tangen plays for Skjern here in Denmark, where in fact Patrick Johannesson, the Austrian team coach, will be his coach there next season. As that goes sailing over the top by Zivkovic. So into the last 2 minutes. A logical result with Norway taking the points here. Sullivan and Jesper Lie Hansen. Lovely flick of the wrist there by Øyvind Tangen. Not a prolific scorer, 111 goals in 67 appearances for Norway. They've scored some lovely ones, and that's nice too. Billig. Hasn't been enough though, it's 2 from 5 for him as we go into the last minute. Slowly filling up here as that goes through the legs of Filipovic. Denmark are on next, of course, in Saudi Arabia. Tangen stringing together some quick shots here at the end just to reinforce his attacking credentials to Christian Berger, the coach. 20 seconds then for Austria. Really now more with the mind on goal difference. Fumbles the ball, goes down long, Blons cuts back in, yes! The 18-year-old gets his 7th goal of the competition, just in the nick of time, because there goes the buzzer. And the final score here in Herning, Norway 34, Austria 24. Blondes having the last word. The player who a week ago didn't know he'd be in the squad. Getting his first internationals for Norway just last week. Well, Bergerud there, 4 saves from 18 in the end. Really eclipsed by Christiansen, who got 11 saves in 21 shots, but job done for Berger. And their next match will be against Chile before, of course, the crucial encounter on the final day in the preliminary round when they take on the host Denmark, co-hosts Denmark, I should say, as it's Denmark and Germany. It will be the player of the match award next. Well, the Austrians, they took the fight to the Norwegians early on, but in the end they ran out of steam against a Norwegian team that had a deeper bench. Norway, quite rightly in the end, imposing their pace on the game and winning it by 10. Winning the second half by 9. Even when they're not able to dictate the pace, they can still get themselves on top. So it's Johannesson who picks up the Player of the Match award with 5 goals from 6 shots, an 83% success rate and 3 assists in 31 minutes of play. Came and went really. He was on and off, used in bursts, but scored some key goals at key moments. The fans won't mind too much as long as the points are in the bag and Norway stay on track for that decider with the Danes in 3 days' time. For Austria, well, they probably couldn't have harboured too much hopes. It would have been an amazing shock if they had won here today. And this is how the group looks then. Norway go back on top. That could all change. Denmark are up next against Saudi Arabia. Most likely will. Austria stay in 3rd place for now on goal difference, ahead of Tunisia and Chile, all on 2 points. And Saudi Arabia, Denmark's opponents, rooted to the bottom with 0. 60% of the attacks worked for Norway and 71% of their shots, as Marinovic and Filipovic could only manage 6 saves between them, while 4 fast breaks. But it was 8 fast breaks for Norway. They made no mistakes at all as the Austrians struggled there. 11 to 12 turnovers, roughly the same, and those 5 suspensions for Austria to just the 1 for Norway. Top scorer was Sagosen with 8 goals for the Norwegians, Jöndal on 7, Buzovic got 7 of his own with Weber on 6, taking the penalties. But in the end, it's Norway. We take the points. Shot chart will tell you that the Norwegians had those 8 fast breaks, just the 1 miss, 1 penalty miss as well. But otherwise a decent spread, except the right-back position. 1 from 4, but nothing to get too worried about at this stage. Some of those shots going in from the middle with the right-back running across. For Austria, 4 penalties and 4 fast breaks. The spreads, I'm afraid, the wings didn't see a huge amount of action as they really tried to batter the front door down in the middle. It's the way it is, and then, of course, some line shots. The second half then, well, it started okay with the Austrians getting the first word, but after that Norway just stormed away with it. It was one-way traffic, 18-11 in the second half. For a final score here in Herning, Norway 34, Austria 24. Hope you've enjoyed the game, but for now, from me, Paul Bray, and all the production team here in Herning, goodbye.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the Intermission.
Hey, boys!
Thank you on behalf of the International Handball Federation.
After the second game, Norway-Austria, with a result, Norway 34 and Austria 24. First, I'll give the words to Mr. Berger, please.
Yeah, first I would like to say thank you for a good game. We had a plan to run much often today too. We would like to play strong in counter-attack, and we did so. We didn't get maybe the big result in the first half, but in the second half, I think we got Austria a bit tired, and we got some easy goals. Yeah, I thought it was a good and fast game.
Thank you. And then the words, please, from Mr. Johannesson.
Yes, good evening. I want to thank Christian Berge and his team for the game. I agree. The first half we play good, I think, and we have a chance against the strong Norwegian team. I like how they play handball. They play 60 minutes with a lot of power, physical fitness, and also have a very, very good player. So I'm happy about the first 30 minutes, but I saw it in the second half that we have a big problem, and then we make a mistake, and they running. So much better than against Chile, and okay. Result 10 goals, maybe we have 6 or 8, we're okay, but also I have to say the goalkeeper from Norway in the beginning 52%, and we only have 15%, but also I saw that it was many fast breaks, so Norway do that very well. So yeah, now we have to work on the game against Denmark tomorrow. Thanks.
Thank you. And then player number 25 from Norway, Mr. Eivind Tangen, please.
Yeah, okay. It was like Berger said, our plan was to run for 60 minutes, and we did, and it worked. So I'm really happy with our game. Winning with 10 against Austria is a great result. It's not at all a bad team, so I'm very happy with the match.
Thank you. And then is player number 4 from Austria, Mr. Hermann, please.
Yeah, I agree with my coach. I think the first half was okay, but in the second half we made too many mistakes, and like that you can't win against Norway.
Yes, any questions? No, thank you very much.